Hey guys, welcome to Galaxy Sparkles, where I turn imagination into reality. Thank you for tuning in and giving me a few minutes of your time. Leave a comment below and let me know how my craftsmanship has came along. Also like and share this video. And if you'd like to watch my progression as a one-stop shop, subscribe and let us take the journey together. Galaxy Sparkles.
Good morning, guys. It is Wednesday, January 20th, 2025, and it is another cold day outside. I basically start almost every day the same time, and it is currently 20 degrees as it was yesterday. And I'm feeling pretty dang good today, guys, and I'm going to do a little bit of more of a sophisticated type of ring today. I think I'm feeling energetic. I'm feeling spunky. Things have been going good last couple of times I've created some rings. And so today we're going to create is called the Galaxy Surf Ring. You know, sometimes I'll lay in bed at night and I'll just imagine I'll just imagine surfing the galaxy on my sport bike, on my bike. Guys, I enjoy that stuff, and I can just surf the galaxy on my bike and just race with my buddies, and guys, it's a good time out there, and that's what I do sometimes, guys. The few minutes I'm awake laying in bed, I will explore the universe, guys. I'll just explore the depths of the universe. It's so unbelievable. You just wouldn't even understand or believe the things I'm capable of doing throughout my imagination. And I'm trying to transfer that over into reality, where I turn imagination into reality. Guys, it's a good time for me. So today what we're going to do is actually build the Galaxy Surf Ring, and at the very tip of the ring is like if you're on a surfboard and you're cutting through the stardust. It's going to come to a point at the very beginning. And in the middle, you're going to have something that you're actually surfing on. You know, you're going to have the wave. So it's going to be a 3-part ring. I don't know if we're going to have 3 strands all the way around or make it a 2-strand and add a piece in the middle. I'm not quite sure how the functionality of the actual ring is going to go. But in the back of it, we're going to have the wake. You always got to have a wake. You're going to have a point where you're cutting stardust. You got to have something that you're riding on, which is going to be right in the middle. And in the back, you're going to have a wake. So we're going to kind of round it off in the back, making it kind of like a wake. And I don't know, put a couple of sprinkles on the top side of it, guys. Galaxy Sparkles. We're going to put a little bit of sparkles on the side. So let's get after it. Let's turn some imagination into reality. Let's see how this thing don't end up. Y'all hang tight. All right, guys, I have got my first 2 pieces cut. I went out into the garage. I didn't film it. It was cold. I was just trying to get in there and get back inside where it's a little warmer. I did open the garage. I had to take out some trash earlier, and it let all that nice brisk air inside. So we got it milled down. We're definitely going to get it thinner. We're just going to shape it at the beginning, get it all nice and shaped and formed, and we'll get it soldered up and then take it back out to the mill to thin it on out to give it add some character to it. So this is going to be our beginning stages here. I went ahead and found center of this first piece where I'm going to cut the center piece out of it, and we're going to begin to V it in real nice. So we're going to get a nice good cut out of it and get it pulled in so we can get our so we're able to cut through the stardust, guys. And I got some pieces over here that I'm probably going to integrate and start using up a little bit throughout this ring somehow. I don't know, I probably won't get to use too many of these pieces, but maybe we can integrate some of these pieces in and begin getting rid of some of that scrap right there. So all right, guys, I'm going to get in here. We're going to start sawing this bad boy up, and we'll see y'all in just a minute. Y'all hang tight. I'm taking my V file right there, guys, and trying to get I've cut some notches right there in the center, and I'm trying to get that V shape right down the middle of that thing so that we can get us a nice V cut so we can cut that stardust real nice with this thing. We want to be able to have a nice aerodynamic package here, boys. That way we can cut through that stardust real nice and make a beautiful wake right out the back and have a good-ass time. Alright, guys, let's see how this thing don't fold up right here and see how nice we can't make this thing. Starting to want to kind of twist on me a little bit. We're going to take these flat pliers and straighten that back out maybe. I think I've got a better idea. What we'll do is go ahead and bend it, and I'm going to take it out to the mill and let the mill actually do the work. All right, guys, I'm going to take that out to the mill before it gets too out of cattywampus, and I think I'm going to get just a little bit tighter, but we'll see. I'm going to run this right through the mill again, guys, so y'all hang tight, and I'll be right back at the bench, and we'll get a little summary on this thing. Y'all hang tight. All right, guys, this is what I've came up with this far. So far, so good. I think what I'm going to do now is go ahead and solder this piece up to make it strong again, because the next part's even going to be a little bit more difficult, where I'm having to actually take it from somewhere right up in here and actually bend it back around so that it's able to form our ring part. So I'm probably going to have to get a couple little notches right in here just to help bring it on back around. So we're going to do a little manipulating here and try to make this happen. So y'all hang tight. Let's solder this piece up right here together. I got a little solder ball right here that we can lay right on top of it, and it should just go real nice and smooth. So let's just take that little solder ball, lay it right there. Solder this bad boy up right quick together, guys. Re-strengthen this thing up like nothing ever happened. Hope y'all are having a good day today. If you like my content, if you like a little bit of my entertainment, I try to just throw a little bit of entertainment value in there, guys, with imagination, you know. If you like my content, guys, like, comment, and subscribe. Help me get my story out, because I got a lot to say. I got lots of stories to tell. I'm gonna have a good time, guys. We're just gonna definitely get better in time. I'm kind of just enjoying the process, so to say. So, all right, guys, this thing should be beginning to melt anytime, because oh, there it goes. I seen the color of the copper change. You know, I knew it was really time for it to do its thing, and it just done it. So I'm gonna try to get some all the way up through there. All right. Alright, guys, I'm going to quench this thing and make a couple more notches and begin bending it on around, so y'all hang tight, and I'll be right back. Alright, guys, I've took my saw, and you can see right there where the Sharpie marks are, right to the right of my thumb right there. You can see my little Sharpie marks, and I've cut them through some way. And what I'm going to do is the same process as I made the triangle. I'm going to take my triangle file, and I'm going to get it on in there so that I'm able to swoop that thing on around there. We're not going to go as deep as we did with the triangle, except we're just going to go a little shallower so we get a nice swoop and get the gap closed and solder it back up. And this should be our top of our band right here. So let's see if this thing don't happen. All right, guys, here we go. Oh, get my bucket back under there, catch all my sawdust. Like I said, we don't want to go too deep. We just want to go deep enough to get that swoop around there so that gap can close up real nice. We may be getting kind of close right there. I'm not sure. We do got to bend it back pretty good, actually. So, we'll see. All right, guys, I think that's going to do fairly good right there. I'm going to call it good on that side, and we'll do the other side, and I'll get back with you when we start doing a little manipulating of this metal. All right, guys, y'all hang tight. All right, guys. What I think I'm going to do is use my round nose pliers here, and I'm going to stick the largest part in the center of that cut, and I should be able to just bend this around. I'm thinking maybe. Let's see what happens here. Here we go. Let's do it together. And what I want to do is just bring it back around to where it's going to make the band, which that's probably pretty close right there, guys. So heck, I really like that. Let's do it again on the other side, and we'll take it out to the mill, flatten it all out, same size, and make it nice and square. Oh yeah, look at that, guys. That's nice and pretty. That's going to be pretty uniform right there, guys. Now then, if we take it out to the mill, get it re-flat. That's pretty gnarly. I like that. Yeah, guys, I really like this. This is going to turn out real nice. I'm going to take it out to the mill, run it through, get it equal, and we'll continue on. This is the hardest part of the project right here. I believe I do think so, guys. So hardest part is done. So I'm going to go ahead and flatten it out, solder up these weak points, and we'll continue on this process. Here we go. Let's rock and roll, boys. Y'all hang tight. Alright, guys, we're going to solder up them weak points. There's still some pretty nice little gaps in there, so I don't know if this is actually going to solder up, but we're going to solder up what we possibly can. That's for sure. All right, guys, that's what we got thus far. So I don't know. I'm not sure what we're going to do. I don't know if this is going to be a 3-band band or if it's going to be a 2-band band with the third row that we're actually surfing on. So still yet to determine that at this point, but it's shaping up so far sort of almost like I had it in my imagination. So here we go, guys, turning imagination into reality. Let's work on our wake. Once we get our wake built, we'll know whether we're going 3-strand band or 2-strand band. So here we go, guys. Let's work on the wake. Here we go. Y'all hang tight. All right, guys, I'm going to do the same thing here as I've done the little swoop, because that's all we're going to do is just a nice little swoop right here. So I'm just going to take my triangle file and just take it right down the middle, take my round nose pliers and just kind of bend it around and swoop it right back. It should be a nice gentle swoop where when we're swooping back into our band, we probably won't have to make any cuts because this is going to be a nice subtle bend right here. So here we go. Let's see what happens. Y'all hang tight. All right, guys, this is kind of something that we've came up with. This is about what we've got so far. It's kind of sort of what I was thinking of. Not really, not the wake side of it. I was looking at it a little different, but once it comes into reality, there's definitely going to be some adjustments that don't look too shabby. It's just going to have to be real tight. We're going to have to really bring it around. This is only going to be a 2-strand band because there's just going to be no way to turn it into 3. If we turn it into a 3-band, it's going to make the ring just a little too big, where we have to put that 3rd band in it, and that's just going to be way out of cattywampus there, guys. That's not going to work. So we're going to have to really bring it in a little bit tighter, make that swoop nice and tight right there, and bring it right back down in line with that. And that's probably about what the shape is going to look like. And then we're going to have our little surfboard right in the middle, our little Galaxy board right here in the very middle of it. And then have a couple little sparkles on the side right there to, I don't know, we'll figure out what they are here in a little while. But that's what we're going to have right there, something very similar to that right there, guys. So I'm going to make just a couple more notches so that I'm able to really bend that back around real nice. So you guys hang tight and let's see what we don't manufacture here. Here we go. Oh, guys, I just got a download from the universe, guys. Sometimes just images come into my mind. What we could actually maybe do is even shorten it up even more to get it more uniform the way I really had in mind. And we could actually cut some grooves and lay it flat right there on top of each other and bring this strand of the band on this side of it. Now that could work. It's just going to take a little bit of filing to get this down into there, if that makes any sense. I'm going to sit here and dwell on that for a minute. That was a great idea. Thank you, universe, for that idea. And we're going to see if that maybe not what we do. It's definitely an idea, guys. So I'm going to see what can't think of. That may happen, it may not happen. I'm not sure if I'm at that level yet, but hey, there's only one way to get to that level, is get in there and get to swimming in that level. If you ain't at that level, want to be at that level, get to that level and do that level, whether you fail or not. That's the way I see it. Failure is progression, guys. Back when I used to lift weights, I couldn't bench press 100 pounds, and through failure, bench press after bench press after bench press, going heavier and heavier, I reached a 320-pound bench press. So failure is definitely great. So I think I'm going to do a little swimming in this territory today, guys. We're going to up our game quite a bit on this particular ring. So y'all hang tight. We're going to do some filing, get that thing laid in there nice and flat, and see what happens. Here we go. All right, guys, here's my plan of attack. I've got my lines marked there where the other piece is going to lay across. So my plan of attack is I'm going to start with a triangle file just to make my marks. I'm going to work it into the flat file. And then we're going to get to the square file where we can get in there and get it nice and flush from side to side. And see if we can't get our piece laid in there nice and flat and see what happens. So here we go, guys. Y'all hang tight. Let's get to busy on this thing. Get to some actual higher level craftsmanship maybe here today, guys. Gaining many XP points. Like a video game for me, guys. This is a lot like a video game. All right, here we go. All right, guys. I think we're going to do an audible in the middle of this bad boy. I think what we're about to do is actually go ahead and cut right here on this line. We'll leave the line, and we'll actually just solder that to this piece, and that's going to save a lot of work and a lot of, because it'll still be off, because there'll still have to be at least a 0.2 of a millimeter of a piece of copper for this to lay on, and it'll throw it off. And I think it may just be better to actually cut it and just solder this top, the cutter, the Stardust cutter, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what you want to call it. I don't even know what you call it. I don't know what you call it. But anyway, the wake that in front of you when you're cutting damn air, but we're cutting Stardust with ours. Our surfboard's going to be cutting through the Stardust. We're going to be riding on a wave in the middle, and the wake is going to be right out the back. But anyway, getting back to the subject, I think I'm just going to cut that right there and solder that piece to this bottom piece. I think that's going to be the new plan. So, all right, guys, here we go. Y'all hang tight. That's what we're doing. All right, guys, that's what I've came up with right there. We got the solder balls laid on it, and we're going to solder this thing up together. Here we go. It didn't flow, guys. There it goes. It finally flew. For whatever reason, that don't make no sense. That sucker should have flowed a long time ago, but I get a little baffled at some of this stuff sometimes. It's like the Cosmics are just playing games with me sometimes. The Cosmos are playing games with Galaxy Sparkles sometimes, guys. Alrighty. We're going to let that sit there and marinate just a minute. Let everything kind of cool down so we don't move it. We're going to quench it. And then we'll probably go ahead and bend our band around and kind of see how we're going to add a band. And we need to add the thing that we actually surf on now there in the middle. So maybe this will actually be our, I don't know yet. We'll sit there and do a little investigating once we kind of shape this thing around a little bit more. Y'all hang tight. All right, guys, I ran it out and I got it all smashed and ran through the mill. And what has happened, if you can't see it, I'll point it out to you. This strand of the band is actually lower than that strand of the band. It kind of shifted and it's all a little off. But I came up with a solution to fix that. So what I'm going to do is actually add a band to the top of that, add a strand of a band, and then add a strand to the bottom of that, and that'll even it up right there. I'm going to have to do a little filing and get it all in there nice and tight, and it should bring it fairly close right there where you never even know the mistake was made. So here we go, guys. Not that it was a mistake. I mean, it's just lack of knowledge and just my experience level. But guys, we are definitely gaining some serious XP points today on this particular ring. We're really going above and beyond on this one. So y'all hang tight. We're going to continue on this Galaxy Surf ring and see what we can't come up with. Here we go. All right, guys, I didn't get a real good solder joint the first time. It was a little dirty, so I went ahead and pickled it, and I flipped it over, and I went ahead and drawed the solder from the bottom side back up, which was the top side whenever it first didn't solder. So I flipped the bad solder joint over after pickling, and I drawed the heat, and I brought all the solder back up through. And we, as you can see right there, we got us a nice, good solder, clean solder joint there now, guys. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead and quench it. We're going to cut it. We're going to make it about 69 millimeters. You know, I'm not sure exactly how big my middle finger is, so I want to allow plenty. And we're going to go ahead and cut it 69 millimeters. That way we can get it in the pickle, get it all nice and clean, and get ready to continue sculpting on this thing. So you guys hang tight. This is our progress thus far, and I'm really pleased with the outcome at this point. So you guys hang tight. All right, guys, we got our piece here made all up. I'm about ready to wrap it around the mandrel and get us a nice shape. And then we're going to go ahead and set our surfboard on top, get us our bezel. I've already got the bezel made. I need to put a backing on it, and we'll figure out how we're actually going to mount that in the middle right there. We may end up having to put a, I mean, I already know I'm going to have to put me a small piece in between there so that we're able to ride on top of that bezel. In fact, I may need to stick that in there before I wrap this around the bezel so we don't have no oblong shape and something weird happening there. So I think I'm going to get off here and put a little thought to this process and see what best option is at this point. So you guys hang tight. I'll be right back. All right, guys, there is our bezel for our surfboard to sit in, and we're going to go ahead, solder it up. I got a few solder balls inside there. We're going to heat it up real nice and get that soldered up and begin doing what we do around here. We will be surfing the galaxy tonight, boys, surfing the Milky Way. Heck yeah, we're going to have a good time surfing this evening. All right, guys, y'all hang tight. We're going to solder this bezel up and carry on so we can get after it. All right. Hang tight. All right, guys, I have finished the Galaxy Surf Ring. I can now teleport right before going to bed. I can teleport into the Milky Way, and I can just begin surfing off the asteroids, splitting through the stardust and leaving a wake of stardust, guys, just bouncing off asteroids and just zooming around. I don't only have space bikes and other little vehicles out there now. I now have a surfboard. I'm able to just enjoy and surf the galaxy, guys. Galaxy Sparkles is out there doing his thing, and y'all are more than welcome to come out and hang out and enjoy with me. There's plenty of room, plenty of room, and there's so much to do out there, guys. It's just a vast playground where you can open your imagination and just do what you do throughout the galaxy, guys, throughout the Milky Way. And it only takes seconds to teleport there. Whenever you lay down in bed, hit your head on the pillow. If you're like me, it don't take long to fall asleep, so you got to teleport there instantly. Take whichever vehicle you want to go, whether it's your surfboard, your space bike, whatever means of transportation you want to take, and just teleport there and just begin doing your thing, carving through the stardust, carving around the asteroids. And guys, it is a great time. There ain't many people out there, and it's very fun and enjoyable. So I use a lot of my imagination, guys, and I'm very thankful for my imagination. Like Einstein says, imagination is greater than knowledge. Imagination is greater than knowledge, for knowledge is limited. Guys, imagination, there's no limits to imagine. There's no limits, guys. You can teleport anywhere, create anything just like that. Guys, it's wonderful, and I'm very thankful for my imagination. And guys, thank y'all for tuning in. We'll see y'all tomorrow. And like always, I'm going to leave you a huge energy ball full of energy, full of imagination, full of love, full of joy. And I'm going to throw in even an extra imagination today, guys. So here we go. Coming at you.